Notre Dame is #1.
Notre Dame with a miracle win as the clock
Going in. Notre Dame has scored.
Well, the game winner's profile for us, in terms of what we expected, a very, very difficult opponent in Michigan State, physical on both sides of the ball. Our challenge was going to be to find some big chunk plays. We were able to get a couple. We missed a few that we're going to regret and when we watch the film. But I think the most important thing is that our defense continues to be the group that we had committed to in building when we started this process, and they're starting to get to that level that can play against anybody. I think secondly, crucial time in a game, ball on the 4-yard line, the ability to run the football late in the game, proved to probably be the deciding factor. And I think finally, again, not turning the football over, which was our Achilles heel last year. We've taken much better care of the football and have been smart in managing offensively what we do so we can win football games. So proud of my football team. I think our special teams, our kickers were outstanding. Brings in Turk were outstanding today, and that was very important in this kind of game.
Brian, when a defense is playing at that level, how much does that open up for a football team?
Well, I think in starting this process of building the defense, our vision was towards what it could do for our entire program. And when you play really good defense, offensively you don't have to rush a freshman quarterback, and we can be patient with him, and that patience is going to pay off because you saw what he's capable of. He's a very exciting player.
Brian, considering the week that Manti had with the losses that he suffered, for him to come in here, play tonight, do you think he lifted this defense?
Well, I can tell you that the entire defense is his family, because during this tough time, all he wanted to do is be at practice with his teammates. So there's a lot of merit to that statement, in that all those kids in there were pulling for Manti, and Manti raised his level too. Given all of the distractions and tragedy they had to deal with, he went and played really good football too.
Brian, have you ever coached anyone like him, just in terms of, back here, sorry. Have you coached anyone like him and throughout just...
No, there's nobody that, he's so strong for everybody that when he was in a time, everybody wanted to help him out. And I've never seen that kind of dynamic amongst a team and a group of players. It's a pretty close locker room.
To give you a big dose of Le'Veon Bell earlier, but went away from the second half, were you able to eliminate him from their game plan?
Well, obviously we felt like, if we can get him under control and force him to throw the football, we would much rather have that scenario than him grinding the football at us. So I think, once they started to throw the football more, that was exactly where we were hoping the game would kind of shift towards, and it did.
Third down D in the second half has been dominant all year, the last 3 games. Is part of it just Diaco's halftime adjustments too?
Bob's a very good coach. I think we all make adjustments. They fit profile pretty good in terms of what they wanted to do, and I think we make great adjustments each and every week. I just think that, again, we got pressure when we needed to. We got him behind the chains. We got him throwing the football. And I think that was the key defensively.
You're a quarter way through a season. Do you have any sort of feel of what this team is capable of?
Yeah, we're not even close to where we could be, especially on the offensive side of the ball. We're going through some of the growing pains that I talked about. Heck, we had wristbands this week, and first play we couldn't even read the wristbands. We got high SAT marks, but for some reason the wristband thing threw them for a loop. But we settled in, and I think the maturity on the offensive side of the ball is where I think we'll continue to grow. And then our young guys in the back end of our defense getting more experience.
How would you assess your offensive line play after last week?
Well, I think, again, you're looking at how you protect, you're looking at how you execute up front. I thought that's a very, very good defense. Very good defense. And I would say going against the Michigan State defense, if you can find a way to come up with a late drive like we did running the football, I think you got to give them high marks for their play.
How big is this in the development of Everett Golson?
It was big because he needed to be in this atmosphere. He needed to be on the road in this kind of great collegiate atmosphere on a very difficult football team that you're playing, and he needed these kinds of experiences. And he's going to get more of them. He's going to get a chance to play against Michigan next week, and he gets Miami, he gets Oklahoma. You guys know the deal. So he's going to get the experience that he needs.
Brian, did you sense your team was ready to play this well based upon what you saw during the week?
I've just felt like this group since January has totally committed themselves to wanting to win each and every week. It's very, very important to them. So, Tim, I don't think that there was all of a sudden this week I saw it. It's been coming. I know, the process. We're so committed to the process, and I know we talk about it all the time, but we're right in the thick of that process of developing our football team.
How big of a leap in that process is a game like this?
It's a big leap. It's a signature win. I mean, there's no question that when you go on the road against the number 10 ranked team in the country and you beat them, it's definitely going to build the confidence in that locker room. They believe if they do the little things the right way, and again, there's only so much that the coach keeps telling you about, hey, do the little things right and it's going to happen. You need one of those wins to break it open, and this win will help in that development.
Brian, can you talk about the reintegration of Sierra and also kind of the creativity that you showed in getting George touches tonight?
I think as a coach, it's your job to get your players that can help you win touches. And we went back and really examined how we can manufacture touches for those guys. They all got to get their share because they're all three very, very good football players. And Sierra was huge for us late in the game.
Coach, in the fourth, you decided to go for it on fourth and short.
Yeah.
What made you choose that decision to go for it?
I thought we had a good play. I thought we had a play that matched what they were doing. They brought in 5 linemen, and I felt like we had a really good play. And generally, Mike, if I feel like we've got a good play call against it, I want to try to win the game there.
Brian, did you have a chance to talk to Manti even for a minute? Did you have any idea what his plan are? And I don't know how you handle things, but do you do a game wall or something like that?
I'm sorry, in terms of, we've talked at great length in terms of, yeah, we talked after the game real briefly. We didn't talk about anything relative to the losses in his life.
So you don't know, is he going home, is he not?
No, he'll be with us. He'll be with us. We're hoping that things work out so we can get it to the bye week, but that was just a quick conversation. We'll do whatever he needs and whatever's in his best interest.
Coach, could you talk about Golson to Goodman, just that touchdown play?
Yeah, again, that's Everett. He keeps his eyes downfield. He has the ability to do those kinds of things. We knew what he had, obviously. He just needs a lot more seasoning, and he's going to get better. He's got a great demeanor. At the end of the game, we wanted to try to manage the running game a little bit with Tommy, because obviously they're going to bring all kinds of different pressures. And he was, the first one over there talking to Tommy. So he gets it, and he's going to continue to get better.
Brian, those big chunk plays, did you have a target number in mind coming in?
5. We needed 5. When you talk about big chunk plays for us, runs or passes, we felt like if we didn't get enough of those, it was going to be a tough sledding day for us because they're so good up front. They bring so many different pressures. So we got a couple of one-on-ones early that we just overthrew. And then we came back to a couple that I thought worked out well for us. But it really was about trying to manufacture those during the game.
How did they take Eifert out of the game so well?
I'm sorry?
How did they take Eifert out of the game so well?
I don't know that they took Eifert out of the game. I mean, Eifert was in there all the time.
Well, he didn't have any catches.
Oh, he didn't have any catches. What we've asked him to do is block in our offense when we need it. He's always a guy that will do whatever we ask him to do, and just the kind of game that we got into required him as a tight end. He is a tight end to get in there and grind it out, and he did a great job.
Brian, can you talk about Shembo's play tonight a little bit more?
He's a great pass rusher, but also he's physical at the line of scrimmage. I thought he did a great job on the edge over the tight end. And then when we get into our nickel package, he's a guy that can really rush the quarterback. He's an outstanding player.